Right, Oliver, you're Villa, clearly. You've got your unbelievable Benteke's T-shirt on.
There it is.
Right, your Christmas. Played 2, 1-0, draw 0, lost 2, 4-0 against 12. Solid that.
Solid, yeah. Well, things can only get better, I suppose, for the new year. But, I mean, they did only concede 1 in the game before that.
I was thinking, with Liverpool, if you include Liverpool away in that for a Villa fan, would you'd take 3 points from those 3 games? I mean, maybe not getting them in that fashion.
Yeah, I think so. I think the only trouble is the goal difference, because that's going to come down to it at the end of the year, and they're really struggling with that this year. But you know, before that they were 5 unbeaten, so if they can get on a similar run, and especially Spurs and Chelsea, they're going to be pushing Champions League anyway, so you can't really expect to be getting too much from them at the moment.
James, you're at Birmingham. Are you enjoying? Have you had a nice Christmas watching Villa?
I have, hasn't? Yeah. We'll see. No, yeah, it's been interesting. I would 8 for Villa to have a bad Christmas.
That's one. I know the end of those jokes. You went to the Spurs game on Boxing Day and you said that Villa were really good for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. At the beginning of the second half, they were really... I thought they were good. I mean, they got stung with the first goal, and then the second goal when they were chasing it.
And the third and the fourth.
And the third and the fourth. It was really it, really, yeah.
Sorry,
not like you.
I don't know why. Yeah, and they kind of just fell apart, I think, after that. But, you know, it's going to come at some point. They're a young team, and you'd like to think it will come sooner rather than later.
There is a positive. You're still in the Capital One Cup.
Yep.
But does this make you really nervous? You have Bradford in the semi-finals.
I think, actually, it's probably the one draw where both sets of fans would want to each other. Certainly Villa would want Bradford, and probably of the other 3 teams, Bradford would want Villa at the moment. But I suppose the last time Villa got thrashed in the league was away at Chelsea. And that same season, they made it to the League Cup final and the semi-final of the FA Cup. So
I love it when fans do that.
I try and think about
Football logic, yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right, Birmingham's Christmas has been all right. 4 points from 2 games. Still nearish the bottom, though. We love Lee Clark. Do you love Lee Clark?
Yeah, considering he's working with no budget whatsoever, and it sounds like that all the squad are up for sale.
Yeah, the papers today saying that you've got to sell your best players. We had Jack Butland on the sofa a couple of weeks ago. 6 million to Liverpool, apparently. Would you take that, or is that disaster?
If it keeps the club afloat, I think that's the main thing. Cause it sounds like it's panic stations, to be honest with you, which isn't good for any football club. But then we saw it at Portsmouth, and yeah, so, you know...
The thing is, Jack would probably go anyway, even if the club was all right, because he's been looked at for a long time. He's a good player. If you kind of resigned yourself to losing him anyway, regardless of whether you had to sell players or not.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you're a struggling Championship club, regardless, if a big team comes in for you from the Premier League and they want you, then it's, you know, you've got to be... I don't know, there's different things, but obviously if the player wants to go as well, then you can't blame him at all.
No, you can't. You mentioned you've got a very young side. So January transfer window open in a couple of days' time. Do you need some experience, do you think? I was thinking yesterday about Frank Lampard. He's got to look for a new club.
He would love it.
I'll tell you what, if they had a well-matured midfield player, then that would be great, because, I mean, especially losing Stan Petrov last year, that's really shocked Villa, I think, because he's a leader, and they miss that at the moment. But I don't know if the funds are there, which is another thing about it, because obviously Martin O'Neill spent a lot of money, and the chairman has backed the managers. But if the funds aren't necessarily there for whatever reason, then you're not too sure. But if they're offloading players, I'd happily take Nathan Redmond to Villa. You know, yeah, really would do on the wing. Yeah.
Look, it's been 2 years since you were both here. What have you been up to?
Quite a bit. Like, we've been doing quite a bit of travelling around. Part of that was in promotion with Potter, and in conjunction with that, I always kept a travel diary, started a website, document where I've been, and it's gone down really well, actually. Yeah, jopworld.com if anyone wants to check it out.
You're the next Michael Palin?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, we've been able to do some cool stuff on the trips, like have a kickabout on the Bernabeu and things like that. So writing stuff like that. Wow. And yeah, and also coming out with there's cool stuff to check out on the site.
James, you've got something top secret. Might be a film or TV or something. Can you tell us one thing that might describe it a bit?
Non-ginger. That's the best way I can put it.
OK. But so you're going to be back on the telly or on the film...
On the films.
Circuit, on the films
very
thing.
Soon, yeah.
All right.
Well, we did when was it? It was about, yeah, it was when Birmingham were in the League Cup semi-final, and we were having meetings with. We're out in LA doing the meeting thing, and I had a meeting with a head of casting at quite a big studio, and it was 11 o'clock in the morning, which was 7 o'clock our time, which was when the semi-final's kicking off with West Ham. And the guy was like, "So what are you doing for the rest of the day?" I said, "Well, I'm going to go back and watch the football game." And so I literally sat in this guy's office and watched the West Ham game. And he got quite into football from that.
Oh.
So all you said is non-ginger, fine, let's watch the football, so you don't know what it is either.
Pretty much,
basically.
yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, well, good luck with it. The Phelps brothers every Friday.
Thank you, Oliver. Thank you, James.
Yeah.